Boo. Good evening, everyone. Seems like Michael was in the middle of eating there and still is. So, Phil.
I was just having a quick little bite just before we get on the air.
You got 30 seconds. Welcome. 30 seconds.
I was like going, hurry up.
I hate it. It's like when you're on a phone call and you just having a nibble of, a chocolate bar or something like that, or a biscuit. You're on phone and then someone picks up and you're like...
It's like when you just put something in your mouth and said to it, is it all right? And
You're like trying to muster up all that saliva so you can swallow it. Crazy. Yeah, I'm here. Right. Anyway, after that manic start, good afternoon and good evening and good morning if you're watching in the morning or whenever you're watching. Crazy start to the
Just a
crazy
quick
start
reminder:
to
if
the
you are on Facebook, just remember to say who you are at the end, because
Yes,
that's what we
please.
see on our screen is Facebook user. Unless you
Yeah.
follow the
I'm thinking it's
banner on the bottom there.
yeah,
Yes,
I'm
that's
thinking it's
Richard.
Richard. Still here. Yeah, so as Michael put up earlier from Liam Dutton, there's a lot of uncertainty in the forecast at the moment. I mean, on what they call it on Thursday, it seemed to be pretty nailed on for the cold snap, but now it's wobbling a little bit.
Yeah, it seems to be heading. A quick look, last few model runs, it just seems to be heading towards milder. But I've not had
Yeah.
a look at the latest lunchtime run, so I have to make sure my power's in before it switches off automatically. Oh, it's not Richard. It's
Well, it's
Dan
Dan.
Wigan.
Hello, Dan.
Nice for you to
Yeah.
join us this evening.
Thank you, Dan.
If you're on YouTube, just if you type into Weather Fans, we're on there as well.
Yeah, I was having a natter with Gordon yesterday on WhatsApp, and I know there's another YouTuber that's watching us as well, Adventure Me, aka Darren Edwards.
Okay.
Yep, gives us glowing reports according to Gordon. So we've got the seal of approval from a fellow Bradfordian.
Fantastic.
Oh, like I've said to Darren as well, he knows where we are if he needs an update on anything. So
Oh yeah. You saying that if you've got a holiday coming up in the next within the next 5 days, for example, if you're going away, what day we know Sunday, if you're going away sometime from midweek onwards,
sometime mid-May.
we can give you like a trend or an idea of what it could be like for that location and in the world. We've got our resources where we can click into.
Exactly. So yeah, as long as it's within the next
week. If it's anything more than a week, then it's more going to be like a trend.
Yeah, we can give you an idea of what's going on. Anyway,
that's the UK, could be somewhere in Europe or across the other side of the world.
Well, that's it. There's Cyclone Freddy at the moment across Madagascar. No, not Madagascar. Mozambique.
I'm not going there tomorrow, so I'm fine.
No, but there's a lot of rain falling there. It's travelled its way across the Pacific and gone from Australia somewhere, and it's gone across over Madagascar and into Mozambique. So Madagascar. Every time I watch that, I think of the cartoon.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, guys. I thought, seeing as how Gordon put this up on Friday, I'll bring you some pictures of the Venus-Jupiter conjuncture.
And you've got the moon here as well.
And the moon there, look, the big bald moon, the cheesy moon.
Oh, I had to admit, haircut was getting too long.
I know feeling, but right. So I will go to. It might help if I go to screen share. On one of them dates today, right? Is it Facebook? Yes, it is. Right, there we go.
Yeah, and your phone screen.
So yes, this is from Gordon himself, as you can see, Nodrog. That there is Venus, and here is Jupiter. When I was talking with one of my friends the other day, I actually got it the other way around. I thought because Jupiter is the biggest planet, it would be that, but it isn't, because Jupiter's nearer to the sun and is also a reflective planet. Hence why it's more like
God bless him.
And what's his name again now? So yeah, that was from Gordon. So this is from Becky Walker.
Oh yes.
See in the night sky there. I'm just going to go through the comments. Oops. We go there. So there was quite a few. I mean, I even posted one myself because you know me. I do love a good photo. And now it's gone all blue. Right. Back in a minute.
It's gone a bit blue.
Everything's gone blue. Damn it. Right. Let's try again. So, yes, Jupiter and Venus, says Andy. Here's another one from Becky with the whole trifecta of the moon, aka Michael's bald head.
Oi. Not a full moon.
Total eclipse. Anyway, yeah, Jupiter and Venus. And if you remember that advert, do comment in the comments with the product of what it was. Anyway, so here's one from Andy in sunny old Scunny. It's going and glasses steamed up when I came back inside. Tad chili. I think he meant a tad chili. Maybe that's how they present it in Scunny anyway. So, yeah, probably Venus. And there's the moon. I can't see Jupiter.
I can see something go towards the bottom. I can see something.
Yeah, that's Venus. That's most likely Venus. So that one was from Andy. That's from Jody. Oh, that's a very good picture, actually. Really clear. The moon, Jupiter, Venus.
Or is it the white ball and two of the snicker colours?
Yeah, this one's from Matthew Lay. Very good photo there, Matthew.
Yes.
As the kids would say, it's on point. Let's go I would play this, but I might get copyright striked on YouTube, so no. Sorry, Jody, because it's a video and it's got a song in it. Yeah, we don't want to get it. We don't want to get copyright striked. So
what could happen then with us? It could actually shows the live stream as well. Got to be careful.
Yeah, we get knocked off on the algorithms on YouTube and
on both as well.
Warner Brothers or whoever runs that band could then put a claim against our channel. Then so
all of two people watching could.
We don't want that. Sorry, guys.
It's a stupid thing, isn't it? All that.
This was my video from the radio club near Wakefield, looking southwest, I think it was. And yeah, that I like I say, the sky was amazing on Friday night. Me and Paul, who's also on the group and goes to the radio club, we were just, because we both got pixel cameras, we were just taking photos at sky, amazed at how clear it was. And yeah. But
especially since that cold front came through on Sunday.
Yeah, it's cleared the air, hasn't it? So I'm going to just quickly share this, and then I'm going to get into the forecasts. So this tells us how close the conjuncture is going to be this week, looking west. So on Tuesday, as you can see, it's getting closer. On Wednesday, it will be practically side by side, and then Jupiter goes on the other side of Venus. So Jupiter will be the one underneath rather than on top of Venus. So yeah, as it makes its closest pass, as it says there, throughout February 2023, our sky's two brightest planets, Venus and Jupiter, have been edging closer together. The Venus and Jupiter conjunction will happen on March the 1st and 2nd of 2023. Wowzer. As seen from the Americas, which is, where this is coming from, their closest pairing is shortly after sunset on March the 1st. After their conjunction, the Venus will continue its reign as our bright evening star until August 2023. Jupiter will disappear into the sunset glare sometime in March. Don't miss the conjunction. So, yeah, Jupiter will continue to go further and further and further away into the glare of the sunset, and Venus will continue to be the brightest star in the sunset as we go into summer, as it says there, August 2023. But this will be facing west, so I would imagine we might get a closer pass. This is for America, so they're going to be 4 or 5 hours behind us. So we might get a closer pass. We might get a wider one. We don't know. We'll just have to see on Wednesday night into Thursday morning. And that is that for that. We'll go into the UKV charts.
I was full. I'm not setting my pages up yet.
Sorry, Michael. I'll try and drag it a bit if I can.
That's all right. Then. That's all right.
Yeah. So yeah, this is next 3 to 4 days from the good old Met Office UKV, and as you can see there, we've had a bit of a mixed bag today. Cloud across the middle of the country with not so bad weather to the south and a little bit, I would say, higher cloud further north. This was at 1600 hours earlier. So let's go to where we are now. You can see the clouds just rolling in off the North Sea, as we expected, really. There was reports of snow over near Skipton earlier. One of my radio friends was telling me about it. They were up on a mountain near there, so I wasn't expecting that, but
some of the showers were expected to perhaps be wintry over high ground.
yeah, and still wouldn't rule that out for tomorrow either if there's any. So this is a few more showers coming in during the early hours. Just having a look on my little chart over in the corner, and yep, pretty much where it should be, with these little streamers of showers coming in to the northeast, and as you can see there, also coming into Norfolk as well, and Cambridgeshire. It'd be interesting to see where the temperatures are. As you can see there, there's quite a vast difference between the southern half of the country and the northern half in terms of 850 HPA temperatures. -6s, go about 100 mile up the road, you're looking at 0. So it goes to show that these streamers are getting affected by this cold air and the warm, moderately warmer sea temperatures.
Also shows you where the high pressure is, like the boundary between the warm air to the northwest and the cold air to the southeast.
Yeah. So go to 6 o'clock in the morning and just quickly go back to the precipitation clouds. So yeah, showers becoming a little bit more widespread, but still, very patchy in nature. So have a look at the temperatures. As you can see, west is more than likely the best place for frost, as well as northern Scotland. Everywhere in between 2 to 5 Celsius, I would say, into the Midlands, Yorkshire, northwest, also into the northeast and Northumberland and the borders. Let's go into this again. So we'll go and see what's going to happen tomorrow. And as you can see there, still some little bits of showers knocking around during the rush hour, mostly affecting. It's a bit of a setup here across the east and coming through the Wash, just clipping northern London, probably getting into Gloucestershire and Wiltshire, possibly down into Hampshire as well. For the morning rush hour, let's see where these go. And they seem to set up again here across the eastern half of the country, so possibly the Midlands, more widely again in Yorkshire and Lincolnshire, and up there into County Durham as well. Let's see where else they go. So they seem to die off again into the afternoon. And we'll have a look at the maximum temperatures. Yeah, so still quite average, really, between 6 and 9 Celsius, maybe the odd 10 up there by Preston, Lancaster, somewhere like that, but quite widely between 5 and 9 Celsius across the country, also across the island and area as well. Northern Scotland a little bit more chillier, with the clearer skies, as you can see there. So let's go to, I hope you've got your tabs ready, Michael. Excuse me. So, yep, them showers die away into the evening once again. And the sky's actually clear a little bit in this model run. Becomes less cloudy. And looking at midnight on Tuesday morning. So, yeah, it's just a murky, dank, mucky kind of a high this is at the moment. Because of it being positioned right on top of us, there's no wind. What there is of wind is just bringing that cloud in off the North Sea with a bit of anticyclonic gloom mixed in there for good measure. But it's mostly showers. I mean, we're coming into March now, so the days are getting longer. So less chance for fog to stick around, really. And then there's more showers there. As you can see, another little bit of a setup here in the northeast around County Durham, Northumberland, Tyne and Wear, them areas into North Yorkshire. Wouldn't rule out a wintry shower there either, actually. Let's have a look at the 850s. Yep, as you can see there, across the higher ground, -4. So I wouldn't rule out a sleet or snow shower during the night there. And we'll go into the temperatures. So, yeah, across the higher ground, bit of frost, but quite widely, 2 to 5 degrees. Maybe the odd 6 somewhere. Where do I see it? There it is, across the wash, around Kings Lynn, Boston, somewhere like that. Maybe even into Skegness, Bridlington, Redcar, somewhere like that. On the coast, 6 degrees, probably because that's where the temperature, that might be the temperature of the sea at the moment. As you come inland, obviously 4 to 5 degrees. Northern Scotland again, colder, -2 degrees. And the southwest as well as Western Wales. So that's that. Up to Tuesday. I'm going to go to the ECM now. Share this tab. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll quickly run through this. Actually, no. What I'll do is go to the actual ECM. There we go. So we can show the overview for the next 240 hours, 10 days. So this is tomorrow. As you can see, high pressure with just a slight hint of a northeasterly there, but only really coming in from Norway. It's not coming in from the Arctic or anything like that. Tuesday, once again, northeasterly, sorry. Seems to be the more dominant wind pattern. And that's why it's bringing them showers further inland, because the high is just reclining more towards towards Greenland. But 1,040 millibars is a very strong high pressure for this country. And as you can see there, a couple of lows just appearing out of, just firing up on the side of that high pressure. As you can see, just going up against it, and the high pressure is going, you're not coming through, mate, sorry. So they ain't going to affect us at all this week. And as you can see, they're just merging to a single low pressure by Wednesday. That high pressure still retreating.
Systems really, it's in the mid-Atlantic, but they're not even getting a look into the UK this time.
No, they're either going to go down here or over the top. And by the look of it, I don't even think they're going to get over the top, because it's starting to retrogress there into Greenland. So that's going to cut off any path for these lows to come up, in my opinion. So they're going to more than likely go this way, down into the Mediterranean, into Italy, somewhere like that, maybe even into France. So yeah, that's 96 hours. It's just butting up against the high pressure. A little bit of a lower pressure down here in the Mediterranean. It's not really much. We'll probably see that on the fact charts in a minute. Let's have a look at the. Well, I'll go through these and then we'll have a look at the 850s. So that high pressure is retrogressing towards Greenland and across the Arctic. As you can see here, there's quite a plunge of cold air coming through with a bit of an easterly setting up, but not affecting us in any way because we're getting. Actually, no, wind goes that way, doesn't it? So what am I on about? Yeah, so the wind is coming in from the north, but we'll have to have a look on the 850s in a minute. That high pressure just relenting a little bit, but still, as I say, retrogressing towards Greenland. But is that cold air going to make it? Is the question. Tantalizing. And that's at 500 HPA, which is around about 5,000 feet, 5,000 meters, if I remember rightly. So let's reset and go to the 850s, which is more lower to the ground, as we know. It gives us a more better outlook of what the weather's going to be like towards the ground.
Yeah, this 850 doesn't get affected by the ground or the sea surface temperatures. This is actually what's aloft. So give us a better indication of how cold or warm the air is.
That's right. That's better explained than I did anyway. As you can see, with that northeasterly, the cold air is leaking in ever so slightly from the continent, but it's not a true easterly.
It's more of a tickle than a...
Yeah, it's just a wee little, hey, I'm here. Don't worry, I'm waiting, kind of a thing. But it doesn't really affect us. As you can see, the -15s are well into Russia, probably even over Moscow or St. Petersburg, which down here somewhere. -10s over Norway and Finland and Sweden, and into the Baltic states, -5 into France and Germany, Netherlands. So let's see where this goes. Let's see if this stuff over here, which is the true cold, starts to migrate westwards. I'm getting it confused again. That seems to be going in towards Turkey.
I could do without that in a minute.
Yeah. But yeah, by Saturday next week, it's suggesting the -10 isotherm could be just knocking on our door. It's just out in the North Sea at the moment, but the northerly is just clipping because of the high pressure, which is still quite in charge. I mean, this time last week it was saying this, this was the changeover day when all the cold weather was going to start to happen, but it seems to have pushed it back again. So we could just end up with another lump of high pressure over the top of us, but hopefully not. Anyways, so this is Sunday next week, so 7 days from now, showing a northerly blowing in across just over the top. So the -20s are up here. There's a -15, not far outside of Norway, -10, just clipping into Scotland, and just there. So still under the -5 isotherm, so average temperatures probably, but with a chilly wind. Let's have a look. And this is at 10 days, battleground scenario. Got lower pressure to our south and southwest with cold air to the north. This properly could be a snow event if the right amount of cold gets into this low and undercuts it. Or would it be an overcut or an undercut, Michael?
It'll be, I say, if that's coming up from the southwest, on its northern flank, it'll probably be more wintry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Looking at that, you're probably talking perhaps northern England into Scotland easily.
Yeah, on this boundary line here, so where this little boundary line is here, it could be rain, could be snow. It'd be hard to tell, really. So that's that. Let's let's have a look at the Northern Hemisphere as a whole. Oh, it won't show us 850s. So as you can see, the cold air is percolating really at 850 HPA, but you can see there the really cold air is still over the Bering Sea and over the North Pole. So it's still cold over there, but we could ideally do with this coming in either on a northerly or of an easterly. Right, Michael, this is over to you now, mate, if your tabs are ready.
Yeah, we've had a comment. Oh,
we have, yes.
We've had a comment. I'll put it on the screen. How active do you think the Midlands will be for thunderstorm season this year? It's too early to say, to be honest, but obviously with all this high pressure, we can't remain in this high pressure forever.
Exactly.
So there's a possibility that once this high pressure goes away, I think we're probably looking possibly at a wet spring. Obviously, depending where the low pressures and high pressures sit, what we're after is like a good southwesterly, maybe a good southerly to boost up some of the temperatures. And hopefully we could get something, but it's way too early to say at this stage, especially with all this uncertainties with the SSW effect, if it does affect the troposphere and bring any cold air down. The models are still struggling to bring in if it's going to be mild air or cold air. We'll have a look at the GFS in just a moment. What I will bring onto the screen now is just the current observation from a website, which I can't remember what it's called until I get it up on the screen.
Sea weather.
That could be the one. It is the one.
Yay. I was going to see if I can find any long ranges.
So what's that showing at the minute? We've got high pressure literally centred over the Highlands of Scotland at 1036, and around the southeastern flank we've got these northeasterly winds which are bringing in a few showers. Nothing to write home about really. It's just bringing winds off a cold North Sea. Just flick that across so I can get into the pressure. So highest pressure is currently at 1037 millibars at Tulloch Bridge. Lowest pressure is out into Le Havre in, I think that's, isn't that Jersey? Le Havre?
Le Havre is on the coast of France. It's in the bay. It's in a little bay there. But yeah, it's where the Channel Islands are. The Channel Islands are in that. Well, they're just to the west here, I think, of where you see where that peninsula is there. I'm just that one there. So they're just around.
Yeah, just off.
Sorry, I had the mic muted while I was typing away.
That's all right.
Trying to find
the current temperatures. We'll have a quick flick through there. -1 over Aviemore. 5 over Chatterhall. East Bradford at 3. Eastbourne Airport at 2. Biggin Hill at 0. Dunkswell at 0. Good Rose at 2. Well at 6. So I'm guessing there's more of a legacy of a cloud in this area here where it's a bit darker shaded. Clear skies over most of Scotland. And again, just barely above freezing across much of England and Wales.
Excuse me.
Okay, let's share this tab instead. That should come up on the screen. Yes, it has.
Yep.
Oh, no, I don't want to max spicy, thank you. I don't do spice. I'm just about handle of Southern fried. So this is the Met Office facts charts from 6 p.m. this evening on Sunday, 26th of February. High pressure, as mentioned, sat across northern Scotland. We've got this deep area of very deep area of low pressure actually. But 90 millibar difference there between northern Scotland and central Atlantic. So it's quite a heck of a pressure difference there between the two. But as we mentioned, these are not coming anywhere near the high pressure in charge. These are just pushing these up towards Greenland. So it's going to be quite stormy towards Iceland and Greenland. Let's have a look what this high pressure is doing, and it is absolutely nothing. It's just going to still be sitting there over northern Scotland, bringing in these slight northeasterly winds. We've actually should be losing most of the. I think we have actually lost the wind that's been affecting eastern areas over yesterday and perhaps this morning. So the wind should be lighter, but still chilly off that North Sea. Into midnight into Tuesday, high pressure still sat across the UK, just off the coast of northern Scotland. Still remain this slack easterly flow, easterly flow off the North Sea, so still feel chilly as we're heading to 48 hours later, which takes us into lunchtime on Tuesday. We've got this little feature, perhaps enhancing some of the showers down in the southeast. These, looking at that, should be falling of rain, but maybe a bit wintry over the highest ground. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. And that feature goes across southern areas. I'm trying to work out if that's maybe like a little low there, but it looks like it isn't. So this could perhaps give a few showers across southern areas. Again, perhaps wintry over the highest ground. And this is where the facts chart just goes way wide because it won't barely update. So there's your 72 hours to midday on Wednesday. Their little features in Bay of Biscay. Also, we've got a little low forming actually into northern Iberia. And we've got this little feature just affecting the far north of Scotland. So high pressure seems to head more towards the north, really. And bleeding advert, go away. There we go. So there's that high pressure sat towards northwest of Scotland. We're bringing in this very slack northeasterly to easterly off the North Sea. And still, by the time we get to Thursday lunchtime, high pressure is still sat towards northwest of Scotland, and we're in this still much the same, very slack east to northeasterly wind flow. Just bear me 1 second.
Yeah, I've got the CFS ready for closing as well, just for the giggles. Well, Dan was on about what the weather might be like for the summer. So I'll get it up. Right, got a comment. Yeah. It's not saying, do you want a McSpicy? It's saying, you will have a McSpicy. I know. Adverts are annoying when it comes to websites, but what can you do? Really, it's hard to get rid of them, unless you pay for things. And, it costs nearly a £5 a month to get rid of the adverts on NetWeather. So we tend to use it in the summer for forecasting the
sorry about that, I'm back again.
Yeah, no, that's fine, mate. Yeah, I was just saying, I think it's Dan who's just put the ad be like, do you want a McSpicy?
No, I bloody well don't.
No, I had a McCrispy yesterday. Was it a crispy one yesterday? They were all right, to be fair. That's my I tend to go for the leaner meats. I don't tend to go for beef too much. Anyway, I was just saying, I've got the CFS there to close up with, because what Dan was on about. So
Yeah, just looking at the time, 9 o'clock. I'll quickly rattle through this and have a very
yeah.
quick glimpse of the previous run. So this is from the lunchtime run from today. So there's that coldish, cooler air, shall we say, so across the UK. Oh, will you bugger off with your Mac bloody spicy?
Can everyone just like put a GoFundMe page together so we can get rid of these adverts? I'm joking, by the way. No, don't do that.
So Friday we've got that high pressure set towards the northwest of the UK. Still got that cool-ish air across the UK. It's a bit messy. Is that trying to bring that high pressure towards Greenland? Let's have a look at sea surface pressure.
Hello, McSpicy. Just leave it there, Michael. Bit eat. Just leave it there, mate.
That's by going bugger off with your fake McSpicy.
It won't get rid of them, mate, because you have to pay the extra money for what do you call it, for getting rid of them on net weather.
Yeah, so
We'll
high pressure on this run, the high pressure sends the high pressure up towards Iceland and Greenland. That then opens the door to the northerly bugger off. And the high pressure seems to sink back down towards just to the south of Iceland there. So there's that does actually open the door up to the northerly. I'm watching that little feature come down the Norwegian Sea into the North Sea.
Yeah, a little bit of an Arctic low with a low just developing over us.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that, see if there's any cold air amongst that. We've got high pressure originating up from the southwest.
Don't worry about it, mate. Just leave him be.
I'm going to stick the Max Spicy right up there. Jax is... So it's quite a deep area of low pressure showing there, actually, going across Scotland. And we're coming into a bit of a southwesterly flow then towards the end of this run. So let's have a look again at the upper air temperatures. You don't want to know what I'm thinking with this Max Spicy thing. No, permanent. I know it is. It's permanently on the bottom of the bloody screen.
It is now permanent to the bottom of your screen. Anyway, 850s.
That's right, 50. So see how cold the air is. So it's like this latest run sends that high pressure up towards the northwest. Then will it get any cold air coming down? There's your -5.
-10 just edging in.
Seems like it goes into northern England on Monday the 6th. So we've got -5 across the UK, -6 just to north of Scotland. Then we do actually bring that -10 across much of the UK, maybe middle and south would stay under -10. Then we've got that low pressure forming onto its southwestern flank of that. So it's got a bit of a warmish course, so that's something to keep an eye on. But we'll have a look at the...
It does tend to drag some cold air into it, doesn't it? As it forms. So
we've got -10 trying to clip into the down the east coast there. Then also we seem to have this milder push coming up from the southwest. Yep, back into we'll go into the milder air. Then that seems to be if we go a bit further on, I can see this milder air coming back in again.
Yeah.
So
really cold air doesn't get entrenched, does it? Doesn't, as Carol Kirkwood would say, get ensconced. Doesn't get stuck in.
It's just perhaps a few days or so. So look at the wind gusts actually, because that developing low could bring some gale force winds. So obviously there's the high pressure set across with the light winds. Winds come off the North Sea, all the blues, which means the air's going to be light winds.
Yeah.
think it was probably about the 7th or the 8th, and that air comes, that little low forms. So we've got bit of a breeze coming down from the north there towards Monday the 6th, which is where that northerly comes down. So the winds turn light. And is that little low pressure coming down? Does that one that forms, or is that another little feature coming down?
No.
There it is.
Yeah, around about 50, 60 mile an hour.
Yeah, but that seems to be out in the Irish Sea there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Bit of a 40 to 50 maybe across the north. The winds turn off again. Then we're going to get these southwesterlies. Could be quite stormy across northern Scotland there at the end of the run. Let's have a look at the precipitation type. I haven't got right through this now because time is getting on.
Yeah.
Precipitation type. So there's your showers affecting those eastern areas. The Met Office did actually show a little feature coming across the south there, so let's see if this brings anything on. Might be.
So trough into it.
Yeah. So maybe a few wintry showers for the highest grounds across the south. So Saturday into Sunday into Monday where this cold air comes down.
Mm-hmm.
So probably some snow showers maybe.
I would say so.
Yeah. Maybe a band of snow showers come down and wait for that low pressure to form. There it is. So that's bringing a spell of snow across the UK actually.
Is that the low pressure that's forming?
Yeah. And there's that milder push coming through. Let's have a look at. Let's put that to there and have a look at the potential snow risk, snow depth. Quickly fit this through.
So I think on Thursday it was giving most of the snow across Wales, weren't it?
Yeah.
In the Midlands.
I think it was about this time last week where one of the models were actually showing that run of snow after snow after snow crossing the Midlands and the southeast, then that backed away from that again.
Yeah.
So I think it was from Thursday onwards, wasn't it? That low.
Yeah.
So there it is affecting Northern Ireland now. And northwestern England into North Wales.
Yep.
Good bit of even cross to your region.
Yeah, across the tops of Pennines, 15, 20 centimetres?
Yeah, easily.
That'll close the M6. That'll close all the Woodhead, Snake Pass, possibly even the M62 as well. If it comes too bad. Be an excuse for me to get the drone out then.
Yeah, then obviously we've got the run of southwesterlies. I want to say goodbye to the snow. Right, let's go back to the start again. We'll go back to the sea level pressure. If my mouse will play ball, we'll have a look. Excuse me, at the 6 o'clock run from this morning. Let's see if it's come up with a similar thing. I'll quickly run through this. There's that high pressure. Does that make its way up to Greenland? It kind of sits across on there. On the latest run, by the time we get to Sunday, we've got like a northerly plunge, but the high pressure is actually sat across the top of the UK there. And it's high pressure fast before the southwesterly is coming. So again, another disagreement. Gone from quite a warm southwesterly to a cold northerly blast. So if we bring in the 850s, we don't really get much cold air coming in at all with this. So I'll just go back there. So high pressure does try to go up there, then it just kind of sinks back south again. and the cold air goes into Eastern Europe temporarily. Then we start getting into a bit more of a mild southwesterly. So yeah,
Very mixed.
computer models still cannot decide what it wants to do. But by the looks of it, final thing I look at is the ECMWF, which we'll have a look at the predicted precipitation for the next week to 2 weeks. It'll probably mostly be dry across much of England and Wales yet again. How many times we've said that over the last 2 months?
I know.
So,
It's funny because the reservoirs are still full, even though we've had no rain.
because the sun's not really got enough power to evaporate
That's
it.
true. Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, well, we just get through to the next Sunday. Even by this time next Sunday, again, most places are barely seeing a drop of rain.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like as we perhaps go into the second week of March, it's like the Atlantic does actually try to come back in, and we'll start to see those oranges are forming.
Yeah, that'll be that battleground that we saw when I was showing the charts earlier. So that could be a bit of snow, a bit of rain. Just have to wait and see.
Yeah, so up to 6 o'clock this time next week, barely is a few millimeters of rain shown currently. And that'd be it from me. If there's any more.
Well, I was going to do the CFS, but we're getting on in time now. So
Yeah, sure, cool.
I can quickly just go through them. It'll give us an idea of what's going to go off. And then on Thursday, I'll do my usual ECM stuff then. CFS. There we go. So,
you're on full screen.
Brilliant. So, as Dan was on about what the weather might be like, for the summer. This is just for giggles, really, more than anything. It goes out to 9 months. So it goes out to November. Obviously, don't take this at face value. It is literally just for giggles. But as you can see, this is for March. It's indicating high pressure more to our northwest across the Atlantic here. So this will bring in north to northeasterlies again. Possible.
That's what we've got now, really.
Yeah, it's pretty much where, as you were kind of thing, and lower pressure out here to the east. So yeah, we could drag in some northerly incursions, but I don't think it's going to be anything to write home about, really. Just blocked. Typical Omega high, really. Winds coming in from the west, going over the top, the jet stream going down and then through there. So have a look at April. So it's indicating higher pressure across the north, which we would expect for coming into this time of the year as the polar vortex disbands. That's just like a big, massive low pressure is the polar vortex. So with this, the winds would be the 552 lines there. So we could see some lows coming in off the Atlantic on a southwesterly maybe. Other than that, it's showing higher pressure than usual up towards
What's that low? We're looking like a slack easterly, actually.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, weather's go around clockwise. So, yeah, it could be. I mean, we would expect that. We're more likely to get there in April, I would imagine. So it's going to be not warm, but, the sun is getting stronger in April.
It depends where it comes from. If we get any influence from the southeast, yeah.
If it comes up this way or that way. And as you can see, it's coming over that way. So obviously, this isn't to be taken at face value. It's showing higher than average heights to the north.
We could look at next week, and it could be a complete flick.
Exactly. I mean, this one come out on the 26th, which is today. So there'll probably another one tomorrow, and it'll just flip flop. So this is for May, so it's indicating lower than average heights in the Atlantic. So
that'd be classic southwesterly.
Yeah, pretty much
normal.
Back to the status quo. It's whatever you want, really. Higher pressure. So the highest heights will be to our south and across Western Europe, and it's showing the 570 line there. So
that'd be like spring. Like I was going to say, it will be spring. It's going to be bloody June.
Yeah, it'd be knocking on summer. So the winds will be coming in from the southwest as well. So and probably from the south, depending on the orientation. So that could allow little Biscay lows to come up and affect us, maybe. Who knows? Like Michael said, it could all change tomorrow. July showing higher than heights across to our west. So could be, I don't know, just depends on where this high is based, really. 573, 576. So that's a summer line there, isn't it? 576. But that's at 500 HPA, so it's higher up. So it's going to be warmer towards the surface. With that, it's showing higher than average heights. So it does look like it's indicating a drier than average summer, I would imagine.
There's no low pressure really showing there.
I mean, nothing in August anyway. So there's August. And it's not showing any lower than average heights. It's just showing normal to just a little bit above average. So yeah, it could allow some like lows here. These could be the Biscay lows that come through. We'll have to see. Like I say, that's what, 6 months away. So
yeah, it's too long. Well,
yeah, it's too long. Like I say, this is all for giggles, really. As you can see, we're not going to take this at face value, but I'll just go all the way to November. There we go. And this is 9 months away, as you can see there. Look,
not even worth looking at.
Not even worth looking at. It's just like, it's just for giggles. Higher average heights. Obviously, that's going to be the Azores high. It's just reverting to typical, really. Anyway, there we go.
Right, I'm just mentioning a bit of cake.
No, where's mine?
In the shop.
It's all right. So, yeah, high pressure fest continues.
The big question is, where does that high pressure go? Does it go towards Iceland and Greenland to bring down that northerly plunge? Or does it just sink back south again and we'll get the southwesterlies? There's just so much uncertainty still, even into next weekend, really, and beyond.
Yeah. It pretty much starts next weekend, doesn't it? That's when it's supposed to start. Like I said, the date's usually around. It's roughly showing between the 4th and the 6th is when the crossover is meant to happen into colder weather. But
again,
it's indicating.
I know it keeps saying on each live, but the next one will be, especially next week, will be definitely crucial to see what happens.
Yeah,
do it cold or do we start to see more spring-like temperatures as we head into spring on Wednesday?
Exactly. So Thursday's observations will be very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. And speaking of Thursday, we should have the February stats up, and also hopefully we should have the winter stats up.
Yes. So they will be interesting.
Just having to think about it, it's going to be it's been quite a mixed bag winter, really.
Yeah, it's been winter of two halves with all the rain in November and December, and
It was
high
cold
pressure
cold in December. Then
and
it's
cold in
been
December.
perhaps slightly above this month, and perhaps average slightly above last month. But we'll also have a look at all that on Thursday.
We will indeed. Right, guys and girls, and however you identify. This is us done for the night, and yes, we will catch you on Thursday.
Okay, thanks for watching, and it's goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from him.
All right, buddy. Thanks for watching.
Take care, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.